US Army ranks make no fucking sense. Alright, believe it or not, I was in the Army. And one thing that always bothered me were the names of the ranks and what they meant. So for those of you who don't know, you've got enlisted soldiers, officers, and warrant officers. So let's start with the enlisted. You've got nothing, like there is literally no name for this rank. You've got private, private first class, corporal, sergeant, and then various other kinds of sergeant. Seems to make sense, right? But you'd be wrong. This is actually this. So corporal isn't the actual rank you get, it's a special rank. What's the normal rank called? Specialist. So the normal rank is called specialist, and the special rank looks like what would come sequentially in the pattern. How did this happen? Does it matter that much? No, not really. It's just a microcosm of the military as a whole. Okay, so next is the idea of the officer. Now their ranks mostly make no sense at all as a sequential pattern, but whatever. What really doesn't make sense is the fact that they exist. This may sound kind of ignorant or uninformed, but do we actually need officers? See, officers are in charge of everyone, but typically have less military experience than enlisted soldiers of similar grade. To be an officer, all you need is a college degree, and it can be in anything. It can be in underwater basket weaving, the Army doesn't care. But if you have that degree, they put you in charge of enlisted soldiers. So what ends up happening is this 20-year-old guy, who doesn't have a fucking clue what's going on, is in charge of this guy, the grizzled war veteran, who's been leading soldiers into battle most of his life. Just put this guy in charge. But instead, we have this unnecessary link in the chain of command that makes everything more difficult and confusing. It's a good system, don't worry about it. Alright, lastly is the warrant officer. I don't actually know what these guys do. No one does. It's one of life's mysteries. You see your warrant officer once, kind of awkwardly positioned between the officers and enlisted, and then you don't see him again for a month. So who knows? But once again, it's what their rank looks like that's truly confusing. W1 looks like this, which from a few feet away has a striking resemblance to this. So when you see this guy talking, he could either be a highly trained special analyst of some sort, or some nobody who has no fucking idea what he's saying. It's also a problem because you need to salute this, but if you accidentally salute this, you're going to be the laughingstock of your unit. And if you don't salute this, you're just gonna have a bad time. Alright, W2 and W3 are actually alright, they make sense, you go up in dots. But then you run into problems again when you get to W4. Because now it looks like an officer. And even better, W5 is just a slightly skinnier bar. So you never really know who you're talking to unless you get within sneezing distance. And most officers don't like to be that close to enlisted. Okay, but the worst rank is the chaplain. Because I'm pretty convinced they just make up what their rank looks like. It's supposed to be a religious symbol, but you can make it of any religion. So once in a while, you just see some bizarre rank walking around and you have no idea what it means or what to do. I don't know, I usually just hid when I saw someone that may be an officer, so I didn't have to deal with it. Anyway, I hope this has given you some insight into the brilliant ranking system of the US Army. I'm Kothorix, and you have a wonderful day. Alright, at the end of each video, I'm giving a shout out to one of my subscribers with an active channel. So the shout out of the day goes to Geek Variety, also known as New Games Media. I actually met this guy in person, so that was pretty cool. Go take a look at his channel, he's been putting up some Let's Plays of Brothers in Arms, Enemy Front, Minecraft, and a few other things. Check him out if you're interested.